Hi Pokefans, welcome back to part 20 of my Indigo Dust DLC. Last episode we went ahead and caught 2 more legendary Pokemons. I believe only 2 more are left for the solo quest in Scarlet, so I'm gonna go ahead and cover that today. I believe the only thing left other than this one is going ahead and inviting all of the gym leaders to Blueberry Academy. But of course I believe you can only invite 2 per time, so I'll go ahead and try to do that. Of course, we still have the secret boss in Blueberry Academy that I definitely have to challenge. Let me know in the comment section if you have already completed that. Alright, here I am. I did come back to Paldea to just go ahead and get some Blueberry points in order to invite the gym leaders. But of course, let me quickly go ahead and talk to Mr. Snacksworth here. Right, we have completed 120 solo quest. Now we do have to complete 130 solo quests to get all of the legendary Pokemons that you do get through solo quests only. This time I have got Glastrier. As for its location, hopefully it is on the snowy mountains. Yep, it seems like it is there. It's on the side of a snowy hill. Nearby some ruins, which should be pretty easy to find out. I believe there are only 2 different locations that you have. That's near a ruin where you'll be able to find this Pokemon. Pretty good. Now other than this one, we have only 1 more legendary Pokemon left, and if I have to take a guess, I think it might be Zapdos. I remember not seeing the treat for it before this. There we go, we have got the Zapdos treat, which is pretty nice. Now as for its location, it seems that it is on top of a lighthouse. Alright. Looking over a distant city. Alright, I could try and see which lighthouse does look over a city. This is gonna be pretty fun. I'm still waiting for the group quest, so if you are interested, let me know in the comment section. I would love to play the game with you all on the group quest. Now here is Glastrier. As you can see, the location on the map is right next to a ruin that you do have. Whoops, did not mean to do that. Let me quickly go ahead and zoom in. So this was the ruins. This is in the entrance right next to the passage from Zapdos City. Pretty close to actually fly in now that we do have the ability to fly using Koraidon. Either way, this is definitely the time to go ahead and catch this Pokemon. I believe this Pokemon was first introduced in the DLC for Sword and Shield. But unfortunately, even though I did get the DLC, I never actually played through it. So I haven't really caught this Pokemon before. This will definitely be the first time. As usual, I did go with a quick ball in the first turn. Unfortunately, it didn't really catch. Of course, I still have my handy dandy lantern here. I'm pretty sure it will be able to easily catch this Pokemon. I'm gonna go with Thunder Wave on the first turn and try to use a couple of Hydro Pump. I believe this Pokemon shouldn't go down unless of course it is a good hit. In that case, it might be a bit difficult. Alright, let me go with Hydro Pump, see how much damage it actually does. That is pretty good. I believe I'll be able to use 2 more Hydro Pumps before I actually start catching it. Here's the second one. Thankfully, it actually landed. Alright, never mind. I think this one is enough. I could go with Flail, but of course I do have to be a bit careful. After all, you never know when crit hits do come on. Just need to bring it to red health and we are good. Alright, let me try using a couple of Ultra Balls. I actually completely forgot that I did not have Ultra Balls, so I had to actually make my way back. But now that I do have it, I'm hoping that I'll be able to catch both of these Pokemons within 30 Ultra Balls. That's gonna be a challenge, but let's see if it works. Alright, that was 2 shakes, so I feel like we are quite closer to catching this Pokemon. Also, by the way, this is the first time I'm actually trying to catch it. I haven't really had to reset the game before this. Hopefully this actually works out. And it did. There we go. Definitely one of the easier captures that I've got for this one out of all the other legendary Pokemons. Also, the view is super cool over here. But of course, before we move on to the second legendary Pokemon, here is Glastrier. It's pretty cool, but I am not sure how I would actually use a Ice-type Pokemon. Either way, I'm pretty happy that we are able to catch it. As for Zapdos, I'm quickly going to go ahead and look around the different lighthouses that we have. We only have 4. I believe it's going to be the lighthouse near our house, because that's the only one I remember looking towards a city, which is Las Paltos. Let me make my way there and see if that's the correct one. Now here I am in the lighthouse that is right next to Las Paltos, and we have Zapdos. Although it is kind of flying a bit crooked, or maybe it's just my Zapdos. Now this one is actually in my 7th try. This was definitely equal to Ho-Oh, where I had to constantly reset my game. As you might know, Thunder Wave doesn't really work on this one, so I had to try and catch it without giving it a status, which is actually pretty difficult. I should have gone back and found a Pokemon with sleep status, but I was too, too lazy to find a Pokemon. So here I am just struggling without it. I kind of feel like this is the same reason why I was actually struggling with a couple of other legendary Pokemons as well. But of course, my goal here is to go ahead and try to bring it down to red health with a couple of Hydro Pumps. This is what I have seen that worked best for me with the last few turns. So that's what I'm going to just try. Unfortunately, Zapdos here does have pressure, so I did have to kind of go ahead and heal up the moves. There we go. Now I should be able to once again go ahead and try to use Hydro Pump without missing it. For Zapdos here, I would definitely recommend having Lantern, as it does have quite a few really good electric type moves, and if you are not too careful, you might actually go down. Right here, I actually decided to go ahead and try my Ultra Ball now that Zapdos here is in red health. To be honest, this actually took me an hour to catch this Zapdos. I did actually remove all of those previous tries, but if you want to see those, I can definitely show that to you as well. Of course, sometimes it does take time to catch a couple of legendary Pokemons. This is definitely one of them. Thankfully, Lantern here is really not taking any damage, so I definitely have enough time to go ahead and catch the Zapdos. There was also one turn where I completely used up all 30 Ultra Balls, and I had almost emptied all of my Timer Balls, although none of that really helped and I had to reset the game. I guess I should have planned in buying more Ultra Balls before coming to Zapdos here. Hopefully this turn we'll be able to catch it within the 30 Ultra Balls. Although I'm definitely going to go ahead and keep a count for it. Now this one I believe is the 7th Ultra Ball that I'm going to use. I also believe I did not use Quick Ball for Zapdos. I'm not really sure why, but apparently I missed it. But that's okay. I mean, if this doesn't work out and if I have to reset my game, I'm just going to go ahead and do that. That was so close. Hopefully we are able to catch it in the next few turns. Now, I did try to catch it with Armarouge and try to use Burn on Zapdos to see if that would work. Unfortunately, it would die after a couple of turns. As far as I remember, 6 turns was the maximum that I was able to kind of keep it. So I figured that that wouldn't really work out either. Ooh, alright. Seems like we have actually caught Zapdos in this turn. I believe it took me around 10 Ultra Balls, but it also did take me around 6 to 7 turns to try and catch it. Alright, it seems like we have got all the legendary Pokemons for the solo quest, which was pretty fun. In the upcoming episode, I'm gonna try and battle all of the gym leaders by inviting them to Blueberry Academy. Hopefully that one will be as fun as this one. Of course, here is Zapdos, and I believe it has a really good moveset. Yep. Alright, that's all I had for today. Hope you all enjoyed this small episode. If you did, please put a like, and if you haven't yet, please consider subscribing to my channel as it does help me a lot. If you'd like to check out my Patreon, it is down in the description, and I'll see you all in the next one.